Amazing. Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for the second day of our LSE Africa Summit 2021. Yesterday, we had some fantastic conversations exploring the impact of grassroots movements, the importance of striving towards climate justice, how we use policy and law to amplify voices, and how we improve the political representation of women, not just in terms of demographics, but also in terms of principles. Today, we have an equally exciting timetable lined up for you, and we cannot wait to share it. It's worth remembering during the day that we'll be having our career fair, and our partner, Boston Consulting Group, will be joining us at their booth in the arena from until 1 o'clock today. So feel free to drop by if you want to hear a presentation, if you want to mingle with some of their London and Johannesburg recruiters. You can stay for up to 15 minutes, so please feel free to just hop on. And if tables are full, there's a waiting room. There are many opportunities to get engaged. Our sessions today will be exploring the meaning of African identity, strategizing ways to empower Africa on our way out of the pandemic. We'll consider the significance of entrepreneurship in shaping Africa's future. We're also going to be hearing from some really high-profile names that we are truly honored to present to you. We'll be hearing from Her Excellency Ambassador Dr. Chiyombori Kwao and Mrs. Christina Durat, the current United Nations Special Advisor on Africa, and that will be our closing keynote. But before we get to all of that, we open up our day with a hotly anticipated session, Art of the Revolution, our Artist Spotlight. For this reason, it's our great pleasure to introduce our esteemed artist, Upile Chisala. Upile is a storyteller from Malawi and a graduate of the University of Oxford. She is known for her short and powerful poems. She recently signed a 3-book publishing deal with US-based publishing house Andrews McMill, among the 2019 Forbes Africa 30 Under 30 list. She's featured in several publications, including OK Africa, Huffington Post, and LSE. Her craft and artistry is powerful, beautiful, and speaks for itself. So without further ado, we welcome to the stage, Upile Chisala.
Yay! I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I know I have 15 minutes. I know I wasn't here yesterday, but I'm excited to start off your days with some poetry. Like Maxine had introduced and said about me, I'm a poet who was born and raised in Malawi. Right now I live in Johannesburg. And I have 3 collections of poetry books called Soft Magic, Nectar, and A Fire Like You. I hope in these 15 minutes I can share some of my favorite poems from this, because growing up in Malawi, not really seeing creatives have a full-on career, but being around people who are so creative, so funny, people who could make art their lives, and didn't really get that opportunity. I was so excited that I could get to share my work on such a wider medium and with so many people from around the world. So here I start Soft Magic, which is my first collection, a very dear book to me, and I hope you enjoy it. Get in the habit of celebrating yourself. From skin to marrow, you are magic. Thankfully, my poems are really short. Today and all days, I'm thankful for women of color who love, write, create, emote from the root, and never apologize for their magic. This is a poem I wrote when I was living in New Mexico. I really missed Malawi, and I really missed food from Malawi. And I just thought about the experiences of us living in countries that aren't our own, countries that don't want to own us, countries that don't want us to be a part of them. So here we go. Sadly, when the ocean is your border, you must make do. Home is far, and your hunger for it might make your bones ache. So you study supermarkets till you know where to find goat meat and cassava and cornmeal and peanut flour and okra and dried fish and pumpkin leaves. Food that jogs your memory. After all, you must make do. I'm sorry, home is far, and you're hungry for it, and the stubborn ocean won't disappear. A lot of my work also speaks on colorism and just really love being this dark black human being and seeing that there's space for me and all that I am is beautiful. And so this is a poem I wrote for a younger self. Remind your little girls with kinks in their hair and skin as dazzling as the night sky that they too are miracles, that they too are warriors. Remind their little souls of the goddesses they are always meant to be. And I'll end from Soft Magic with one of my favorite poems, just a reminder for Black women here. Here you are, Black and a woman and in love with yourself. You are terrifying. They are terrified, as they should be. So thank you, that's Soft Magic. And now we'll move to Nectar, a book that I wrote while I was on my way to attending Oxford, and then while Oxford and just feeling this heavy imposter syndrome, and I wanted to raise my voice. And so Nectar is really about speaking up for yourself and sitting in your magic. So it's the books are kind of related to each other. It's a continuation. Now that you know that you're something worthy of being loved, of being respected, take up space. And so that's what Nectar is about, taking up space. This is my favorite poem I've ever written. There is danger in letting people misname you. If you are a fire, do not answer when they call you a spark. With COVID, a lot of things that we wanted have gone, and a lot of things we expected, a lot of opportunities, and it's a really, really heavy time on the heart. This is a poem, just a reminder of letting go of some gone things. So, the practice of letting go of gone things and saying, that wasn't mine, but mine is on the way. Sorry, 15 minutes is short. I'm trying to skip through these. But thank you so much. I'm seeing your comments and so forth. I also am someone who takes in a lot of anger and I sit with it, and I tend to dwell and so this is a poem about not letting anger stain you. Darling, please don't let anger sleep in your bones. The body is too holy. The body is too kind. Last part of Nectar, because Nectar is a journey about growth as well, is called Our Garden, and this is one of my favorite poems as well. And I think I'll end Nectar on this note, and then I'll go straight to A Fire Like You. I hope you forgive the parts of you that are still doubtful when a good thing finds you. They are healing. So thank you, that is Nectar. And the last book I'll read from is A Fire Like You, which was a collaboration. Well, I wrote the poems, and two African women actually were the ones who illustrated the book. So this is my latest contribution, and I'm so happy with how it's turned out. I'm so happy with giving other people space, because I feel like if I have a platform, I should also be holding up someone else and helping someone else through, especially Black African women who are at the center of my work, who are at the center of my existence, who are the reason that I am, the reason why I sell books, the reason why I write books. And so I live in South Africa, so this is a poem about Black tax, which is a new concept to me, because raised in Malawi, it wasn't really, but here, South Africa, if you make it, your family should make it too. And so that is a heavy responsibility for Black people. I'm sorry, please excuse my braces. These are new and I'm still trying to master S's. Black as tax. Here, we were never once children. Here, our mothers like Mary birthed saviors. Our only purpose is to redeem. Month end is for working miracles, little Black Jesuses. Let there be light and water, rent and bread. And and this poem is called All That Grew. The long list of things I wish this life had or hadn't given me. But now that I'm here, having lived with and without, I know life was only preparing me for myself, and I was worth the wait. I'll read 2 more poems, and I think that will be it for me. I'll read poems from the section called Sister, which is really sad section because having lived here and realizing like the toll of femicide, there are a lot of Black girls missing, and I thought, let me read a poem about that, if I can find it. And this poem is called Each of You. Siswam, home is going mad. Home is a wound. We are always looking for you. Siswam, we are missing in our own lives. Our lives are filled with missing you. Siswam, we are lost too. Every day, more missing girls. Every day, stories cut short. And I'll read the last poem called Sister, because I dedicated the book particularly to my sisters. And this is the illustration that goes with it, just 2 girls in the sun. Sister, come and bask in this joy with me. I am here because you held my hand. Your sisterhood has made this terror of a life light and breathable. Thank you very much.
We cannot thank you for your contribution. This session was really important to us to remind everybody of the significance of artwork and the power of art in communicating messages. And this is exactly what you've done here. You've reminded us that art is radical, art is beautiful, and emotion is necessary. And we thank you so much for making yourself vulnerable, for sharing your beautiful work. Thank you so much. We invite our attendees to now move towards our second session of the day, which is decolonizing African identities. And please look forward to seeing you there too. Thank you.
Thank you so much.